Syria's civil war is taking place at the confluence of three other wars: Israel's war on Hezbollah, Turkey's war on the Kurds, and America's war on ISIS. And that's why what happens in Syria is really important. Big country, 25 million people, and what happens there will, of course, affect all of the countries around it. And it's a real patchwork quilt. We can see that Hayat Tahrir al-Sham, who now are in control of Damascus, they've taken this strip, well, it looks like quite a narrow strip, but that's where the population is, that's where the cities are. And the area of red-shaded territory is where the Syrian government has lost control, so presumably HTS will move into those areas. But when we look at the identities and the interests of all those other groups, they're really quite different. So HTS, here they are, they want an Islamic government in Syria. But in the north, in the purple there, supported by Turkey, the National Army of Syria, they actually want a secularist government. They absolutely don't want a religious government. And the Kurds, the SDF, the Syrian Democratic Forces, they want a separate Kurdistan of some sort. So although their flag is the Syrian flag, they actually want to break Syria up, at least to carve out some sort of autonomy for themselves. And there are lots of external interests as well. Of course, the Russians have been effectively thrown out of Syria, at least in terms of political influence. They're holding on to their two bases at the moment on the coast. We'll see if they keep them. But Israel, very important. It works with the southern groups who also are trying to resist a religious government or an Islamic government in Damascus. Turkey in the north is supporting a number of northern groups for the same sort of purpose. And the United States has got its own interests in holding on to this area, this de-confliction area, in which it can pursue its war against ISIL. And off the map, so big it's off the map, is Iran. The Iranians also have lost tremendous influence in Syria over this crisis, but they won't give up there, I'm sure. They will try to exert influence, if not in Damascus, then in other areas of the Syria to come. Somehow, all of this has got to be brought together in the next couple of months. For ordinary Syrians, whatever happens after Assad has got to be better. But that better may actually end up remaking this rather important part of the Middle East.